Hi everyone, welcome to the Karuna Tree. My name is Veda Spidle and you are now you're watching Gentle Yoga and Sound Healing. Today we'll be focusing primarily on the upper body. We will be staying down on the ground the whole time. So if you want to set yourself up to have a little bit more cushion beneath you, you can do that. For the first portion of the class, you can also sit in a chair and do the upper body work and the stretches and then come down to the floor when we go to our bellies and onto our back. Completely up to you. Putting away any distractions that you can put away, setting up your lights, getting your water. If you want to put on music in the background for yourself, definitely go ahead and do that. I will be playing singing bowls at the end of the practice. And for those of you that wish to donate and are able to, my donation information is in the description of this video, but it's paypal.me/theKarunaTree. And if you can't donate, that's okay, because we're all here to support each other in different ways. And please, please continue practicing no matter whether or not you can donate, right? It's all about just being here and supporting each other in whatever way that we can. All right, so coming into a comfortable seat. That might be cross-legged, it might not. Close your eyes. Take a sigh breath. Do one more. Inhale deeply. Let it go. And take the first few minutes to settle into the space that you're in. Aware of any distractions, and then allowing them to fall into the background the best that you can. Feeling yourself settle into your body. The sitting bones rooted, the spine elongated, the top of the head over the pelvic floor. Taking a moment to acknowledge yourself, that you're here for your self-care, you showed up for yourself. And to do your best is enough, whatever that looks like today. And energetically acknowledge each other, your fellow yogis, your family, your friends, and other communities that you're a part of. Feel that connection. Awareness returns to yourself, to your breath, dropping the breath down to the lower abdomen, allowing every inhale to gently expand the belly. The navel drops forward. Every exhale, the navel pulls back toward the spine. This is your belly breath. Maybe building into your full deep breath, the inhale expands the belly, builds up into the ribs, the chest. And as you exhale, relaxing chest, ribs, and belly. Feel yourself breathing. Feeling yourself slowing down and being in the present moment. Fully present for your practice. The hands come together, Anjali Mudra. We'll begin with 3 rounds of Om. You can join, you can hum, you can just listen. Let's first inhale together. Let it go. And inhale. Oh. releasing the hands to the lap. If you're sitting cross-legged and you can change the cross of your feet. Taking about another minute here to just be with your breath. Deep breathing. Releasing any unnecessary tension and gripping in the body. Softening around any lingering heavy emotions. A few more breaths, just be here. Let's take a side breath, inhale deeply. Let it go. Remain seated unless you need to readjust. Make sure that you're comfortable. And then keeping the top of the head over the pelvic floor. We're going to start with our neck. You can keep the eyes open or closed, your choice. When your head is on center, this is midline. Take an inhale here at neutral. And exhale, look over the right shoulder. I'm trying to mirror you today. Inhale, come back through center. And then over to the other shoulder. So you're just moving the head. Inhale, back to center. And exhale to the other side. And today, as always, doing only what feels right for you. Continue with this movement with the breath. About once more to each side. When that feels complete, the head returns to neutral. Inhale here. Side out. Keep the spine elongated. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders leveled. Keep breathing. So we're using the weight of the head to gently stretch the opposite side of the neck and the top of the opposite shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Let the head be heavy. Keep breathing. Do not hold your breath. Once more to each side, to each shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale up, other shoulder. Inhale the head up, release the breath. A few shoulder rolls, inhale shoulders up to the ears, exhale them back and down. 2 to 3 more. And now reverse direction. Inhale the shoulder blades up the back, forward and down with the exhale. Remember, do only what feels safe for your body. Reverse once to reset. And let go of the breath. Shoulder blades are firm against the upper back. Bring the arms up parallel to the floor and then have the palms face each other. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, draw the head of the arm bones into the shoulder socket. So I'll show you from the side. When you inhale, your arms are reaching out. You feel this kind of unplugging at the head of the arm bone. And as you exhale, draw the head of the arm bone in. So the only thing that's moving right now is the arm. So do that a few more times. You want to feel the arms reach forward and then draw them back into the sockets, right? So this helps us to become aware of what it feels like to have the head of the arm bones drawn into the sockets. It's a safer place to move from. So do that one more time. Bring the head of the arm bones in. Shoulder blades are hugging towards each other. Stay here. Release the breath if you're holding it. And then have the palms face forward, fingertips up. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips down. Now we're bending only at the wrist. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, fingertips down. Try to keep the elbows, the wrists in line with the shoulders. Do your best. There should be no added pain to your body with this. About 2 to 3 more. Good work. Palms are facing the floor. Keep the arms elevated and make fists with the hands, gentle fists, and draw circles with the hands. Again, still feeling that in the wrists. And reverse. So you might start to feel this in the shoulders. A little bit of strengthening here. And then palms facing down. Slowly release the arms by your sides. Few shoulder rolls. Inhale up. Exhale back and down. 2 more. If your body's calling for the opposite direction, do that. Just make sure you reset to neutral. 1 more shoulder roll. Good. So our neutral is up, back, and down. Float the arms up again, parallel to the floor. Palms can face each other. Draw the head of the arm bones in. So we're drawing them into the sockets. You're broad across the collarbones. Good. Now palms facing up. Imagine you're holding plates of your favorite dessert and have your hands go side to side. This is a lateral stretch on the wrist. So you're trying not to drop your favorite dessert here. About 1 more breath, side to side. Good. Palms facing up. Inhale. Exhale, bend at the elbows, fingertips to shoulders. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Few more. Inhale. Take a break anytime you need to. If you feel that there's any kind of discomfort, readjust. If you feel yourself stretching and working the muscles, and that might be okay. Only you can differentiate between those different types of discomfort. And the next time the fingertips come to the shoulders, keep them here. Inhale, open. Open your elbows away from each other. Exhale, close. Maybe they touch at center. Inhale, open. Feeling that stretch across the chest. Exhale, close. Few more. With your breath, you might find for some of you that this will help to deepen your inhale. Maybe bringing it further up the torso into the upper lungs. Okay, now the next time the elbows open, keep them open, come into cactus. Cactus arms, inhale here. Exhale, slowly rotating the arms down, fingertips point down towards the floor. Go only as far as feels safe. Inhale, arms up, cactus. Exhale, arms down. I'm feeling it too. 1 more. So this is some therapeutic work for the shoulders, especially for those that might have difficulty there from working at computers for long periods of time. Draw your arms together, hands to heart center, and release. Nice work. Let the arms hang loose by your sides. It's okay if the hands are touching the floor. If you're on the ground, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, and exhale, let them drop. 2 more. Release that tension. If you need to change the cross of your legs or readjust your legs, now is a good time to do that. Try to sit as evenly across the hips as you can. Support yourself. You notice here that I do have this injury on my left foot. So I'm trying to support both so they're even, so that's less stress on the hips, keeping it as balanced as you can. So sitting up tall again, bring the arms out parallel to the floor, palms face each other, and now create a clasp. Now we're going to do the opposite of what we did earlier of hugging the head of the arm bones in so that we actually consciously stretch the spaces between the shoulder blades. Keep the spine elongated and then reach the clasp forward. You can drop the chin. So you're unplugging the head of the arm bones on purpose. You're really conscious of this. Muscles are still supporting you here. Inhale, head of the arm bones plug in, lift the head. Exhale here. Let's do that 1 more time. Keep breathing. Slide the arms forward horizontally, unplugging the head of the arm bones. Keep the spine elongated and drop your chin to chest. Keep breathing. Feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. And then inhale up and release. Shoulder rolls or shrugs. So the rolls up, back, and down. If you need to, the shoulder blades can go up, forward, and down. Few more. And reverse once to reset, up, back, and down. Bring your hands together in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Lift the elbows if you can, forearms parallel to the floor. Elongate the spine. Hands are in alignment with heart center without touching the body with the thumbs. Inhale here. Exhale, glide the arms to the right horizontally, thumbs in alignment with the underarm of the right arm. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. So you're sliding the arms side to side horizontally. Once more to each side. When that feels complete, keep the hands together, return to midline. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly glide the hands down towards the floor without separating the palms. So when you get to that stopping point, you'll know when the hands try to separate. You want to be at the stopping point right before they separate so you feel that stretch in the bottoms of the wrists and the forearms. Keep pressing the hands down. Keep breathing. And then inhale the arms all the way up and exhale the arms down. Notice right when I'm at letter T, my palms face down to the floor. This is a safe place for the head of the arm bones to rotate and the arms go all the way down. Inhale the arms up, palms touch. Exhale to the right, seated side stretch. Inhale up to center and exhale to the other side. Inhale up. And exhale again, slowly releasing the arms down. Right around letter T, the arms rotate, palms facing towards the floor, and release the arms by your sides, shoulder rolls. Inhale up, back and down. And reverse, inhale up the back, forward and down. So it's not uncommon for these movements that we're doing to also create some type of emotional, energetic release. So if you're finding that there's any emotion coming up, that's perfectly normal. If there's not, it's okay. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. 2 shoulder shrugs. Inhale, squeeze up. This time keep breathing. Hold the shoulders to the ears. You're holding them up vertically and then drop. Once more, squeeze them up. Keep holding them. Keep breathing. And drop. Nicely done. Readjust your legs if you need to. We're still remaining seated for a little bit longer. Now setting up for eagle arms, I'll try to mirror you guys here. You're going to bring your arms out to letter T. Notice my palms are facing down. Head of the arm bones are plugged in. So you do not, and I'm over exaggerating a little bit so you can see this, you don't want to be reaching out so much that your shoulder is jetting forward. So you want to have the head of the arm bones plugged in. And then bring your right arm underneath the left. Option 1 is just holding on to the shoulders. Option 2, or resting your hands on the shoulders. Option 2, back to back, or taking a bind, crossing at the wrists, palm to palm. Spine elongated. Keep breathing. So you'll feel a stretch between the scapula, the shoulder blades. Lifting the elbows up a little bit higher, deepening that stretch. Now inhale, lifting the arms up higher, simultaneously reaching the heart up. So you're taking a gentle back bend. Keep breathing. And then slowly release to neutral. Unwind the arms and come back out to letter T. Readjust the shoulders. Take a breath. And now we switch. Your left arm goes underneath the right. You can rest the hands on the shoulders. Back to back hands, or crossing at the wrists, full bind, palm to palm. One side might feel different than the other, and that's okay. Do your best. Spine elongated. Keep breathing. Relax the jaw. I say some of these things because I catch myself doing them too. Now a little bit deeper, lifting the elbows up higher. And then going into a gentle back bend, lifting the heart, the elbows at the same time. Another breath. And then slowly releasing down to neutral, letter T arms. Take a breath here. And with your exhale, slowly release the arms down like wings by your sides. Let the arms be loose. Shoulder rolls, inhale up, back and down. 2 more. And then we reverse up the back, forward and down. So notice this movement is happening from the shoulders. And reverse once to reset. Up, back, down. 1 shoulder shrug, squeeze up, hold, keep breathing. Exhale, let it drop. Good work. Setting up for a seated twist. You can stay in your chair if you're using a chair. You can stay cross-legged. However you're sitting, just make sure your hips are both leveled as best as you can. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Then as you exhale, begin to twist to the left. trying to mirror you here. You can have the opposite hand to the left thigh. You can have your left hand behind you or to your chair or to the floor. Keep the top of the head over the pelvic floor. Imagine your torso twisting around a central channel. Check in with your breathing. Your full deep breath here is going to be different than when you're neutral because you're twisted. Don't go past any safety stops with the body. Inhale back. Exhale center. Inhale lengthen. Exhale twist now to the other side. You're twisting the torso around a central channel. Keep the top of the head over the heart. Sitting bones rooted. Another breath. And inhale, return. Exhale, release. Shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. I always have us, for those of you curious, I always have us inhaling when we come back to center so we don't fully disengage ourselves coming out of the twist, and we still keep that engagement around the spine. And I find it to be safer to release the breath once you're at center so the spine is stacked. All right, when you're ready, transition onto your belly. So if you're in a chair, take your time, come down to a safe place. And you're laying down onto the belly. If you need that support for your ankles that we've been working with, you can have a blanket on the back edge of your practice space to drape the tops of the feet over. So take a moment, coming down onto the belly. Draping the feet on the blanket if you need to. Create a pillow with your forearms or with your hands. And I'm going to be lifted a little bit higher because I have the mic on me. And rock the hips side to side. Come to stillness. Create some space in the low back. Lift the right leg off the floor. I'm working on the same side as you. Reach out through the big toe as if I'm pulling on it and release the leg. Do the same on the other side. Sigh breath. And take a moment here to just breathe. Every inhale, the belly gently presses against the floor, the low back lifts. Every exhale, the low back drops. A few more. Take another sigh if you need it. Let stuff go. Then bring your forehead to the floor. Interlace your hands at the low back for a clasp. Thumb pads press. Hug the shoulder blades together. Tops of the feet press down simultaneously out through the tips of the toes. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Heart reaches forward. Make sure you're not reaching forward with the chin as I'm demonstrating right now. This is not really nice on the neck. You want to bring the chin back and feel the lengthening through the whole spine, maybe lifting the legs. Feel the shoulder blades hugging together and down the back, and accentuate that squeezing of the shoulder blades together, doing a little bit of extra work there today. Another breath. And then slowly release the legs, the arms. You can again stack your hands or your forearms, or you can rest on one ear, arms by your sides and the palms up. Two to three more breaths here. In these little intermissions, try to completely relax. Relax the jaw. If you're not sure, smile. If once was enough for you, stay where you are. Otherwise, second round. Hands go to the low back for a clasp. Thumb pads press. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other down the back as you inhale, lift and lengthen. Legs don't have to lift, it's your choice. Keep breathing. Keep the jaw relaxed, lips closed if you can. Wherever you're at is okay. Keep breathing. Be conscious of your breath, conscious of the sensations you're feeling in the body. And with your exhale, slowly release. Opposite ear, you can let go. or forehead to center. Relax at the heart space. And once more, if you're ready, hands at the low back. Interlace the fingers, palms are facing each other. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that stretch across the front of the chest. Keep breathing. Maybe a light smile here just in case. In case there's any unnecessary gripping that needs to soften. One more breath. You've got this. Slowly release, this time forehead to the floor, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to press up to table. You have a few options here. Option 1, big toes touch, knees wide. You can sit back to the heels. I can't fully demonstrate this today, but if you're sitting back to the heels, forehead can come to the floor or to a block or blanket. Another option, if you can't do that position because of the knees or any other reason, you can come into table, keep the hips over the knees, and then walk the upper body forward, almost like you're taking puppy pose. Another option is to lay on your back and hug the knees into the chest. A few more breaths. Relax the spine. Take a side breath wherever you are. And slowly press yourself up, coming into table. And a few rounds of cat-cows moving from the tailbone. Inhale, tailbone scoops up, belly drops, heart gaze forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, chin to chest. A few more on your own. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now come back to neutral spine. Keep the spine relatively parallel to the floor, including the neck. Draw the low belly in towards the low back, just a little bit to support the lumbar spine. Neck is holding the head. Your gaze is about 6 inches in front of the hands on center. And now we're going to C-curve the spine, as I call it. There's different ways to explain this, but I'll demonstrate so we can do this together. The inhale at midline. And then as you exhale, look over your left shoulder and press your left hip towards your gaze, as if you're trying to look at your tail. So you're curving the spine laterally, sideways. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. This can be really relieving for some of you, potentially in the low back, especially if you sit for long periods of time. And we just want to touch on those muscles a little bit, even though we did a lot with the upper body today. So side to side. When you look over the shoulder, that hip is pressing towards your gaze. So I call it C curving because if you look at me from the top, it looks like I'm curving my spine in the letter C. Once more to each side. And when that feels complete, return to center. Side breath. Let stuff go. And then come onto your seat and open the legs out wide. I recommend sitting elevated on some type of support. And if you are sitting up high, you'll want to put support underneath the knees to prevent hyperextension at the knees. You'll also want to do that if your hamstrings are talking, if your low back is talking. All right, so set yourself up. Excuse me. And then you might use your hands to move the glutes out from underneath you. Those are the muscles of your buttocks so that you feel your sitting bones really rooted down. And then sit up tall. Hands can go behind you. And then point and flex your feet. Both or one of them. Just depends on where you're at today. Point and flex. So one of the beautiful things about yoga and the teachings of yoga is that we have more than just our physical body. We have different layers of our being. And even though physically, for example, right now I'm not able to point and flex my left foot, I'm visualizing in my mind's eye that still being a thing. So the energy body is still doing its job, right? And that helps also, it could potentially help with the pranic flow, the energy flow, and healing. Toes point up, pause here, take a full deep breath through the nose. And you can stay here or slightly tilt the pelvis forward, hands go in front of you, hug the shoulder blades towards each other, towards the spine. Continue to walk the hands forward, coming into a seated wide-legged forward fold. I'm up on my fingertips for a little added strength building on the hands. You don't have to do that. You can bend at the knuckles or palms down. Just really keep the shoulder blades hugging together, lead forward with the base of the breastbone. Make sure you're not leading with the chin. If that's happening, draw the chin back a little bit. Relax the jaw, relax the tongue. Keep breathing through the nose. Two to three more breaths here. Stay with it if you can. Okay, walking yourself up, keep the legs wide if that's available to you. Taking a side stretch here, and I'm going to be mirroring you. Place your right arm to the inside of the right leg. You might have the hand to the floor. If you have a prop there, it might be to the prop, it might be to your forearm. The opposite hand, your left hand will go to the left hip. Lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, begin to slide your right hand down towards the foot. Again, the hand can be on the floor, might be on your prop. And then maybe the left arm reaches up and over, reaching for the toes of the right foot. So I am mirroring you. If you can, your bottom hand holds at the foot. There's quite a few modifications for this. What we want to feel is both hips touching the floor, the left sitting bone really rooted down, and the stretch through the whole left side. If this is too much on your low back, have the hand in front of you or have the hand at your hip. So we're here for about 2 to 3 more breaths. Relax the jaw. I'm imagining you guys smiling right now. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Other side, set your hand. Set your right hand, maybe up overhead, and stretch. Breathe into it. Another breath. Remember, hand can be at the hip if needed. Inhale, come up. Release the breath. Keep the legs like this if you can. And now twisting over to the right leg. So start by twisting the torso around a central channel and imagine a spiral twist. So your belly twist, your ribs, your shoulders, your gaze. Doing your best to align the heart to the center of the shin of the right leg, hands to either side, and then start to walk yourself forward into this fold over the right leg, but opposite hip stays down. If that hip follows, you're going too far. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling if you can. And we breathe. Few more breaths here. Allow yourself to melt into the shape. And use your hands to press yourself up. Inhale. Once you're center, exhale, unwind. Other side, inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, twist first. And then walk yourself forward over your left leg. And breathe. I'm pulling the outer edges of my left ribs towards the left. All right, and I'm pressing with the inside hand to deepen that twist and lengthen forward. A few more breaths. more breath. And inhale, come up. Exhale, release. And bring your hands underneath the knees, placing the feet to the floor. Use your hands to help here. We were in that position for quite some time. And then let your feet go wider than the hips. Depending on how you're sitting, might be as wide or wider than your mat. Hands behind you. You can be on fingertips, bent at the knuckles, or palms down. Reach the heart up. Hug the shoulder blades together so the bottom tips of the shoulder blades scoop the heart up. And one-legged windshield wipers, drop your right knee in towards the left ankle. Inhale up, do the same with the other side. If you're sitting up higher, you might not be able to touch the floor with the knee. That's not what it's about. It's just that you're feeling this movement in the hips, this release in the hip joint. A few more. Feel that gentle release. Well done. And then extend the legs out in front of you. I'm just twisting or turning here so you can have an easier time seeing me, and bounce the knees. Point and flex the feet. Rock the legs side to side. And have your props nearby. We'll be using them in just a little bit. Find your way onto your back. And then once you're on your back, hug the knees into the chest. And rock side to side, massaging the back. So the more that you pull the knees in towards the body, the more you'll feel your low back massaged on the floor. Another moment here, side to side. Come back to center, draw circles with the knees. Drawing those circles around the hips. Reverse. And hug the knees into the chest. Maybe float the forehead up to meet the knees, curl into a small ball, and then full body stretch. And then release the arms by your sides, feet to the floor. Full windshield wipers, both knees go side to side, going as far to each direction as feels comfortable for you. You can always put props on the outer edges of the legs to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. If you want more opening here across the shoulders, the upper arms, you can bring yourself out into letter T or cactus with the back of the arms, the hands touching the floor, the palms up. Few more windshield wipers. If you want the windshield wipers, if you want that twist further up the back, bring the feet in closer together. Few more. Sigh if you need to. Beautifully done. Now roll over to your comfortable side and take your time pressing yourself up. We're going to set up for a deeper heart opener and upper body work here that's going to stretch us a little bit more across the chest and work us on our upper back. So if you know that you're really tight there or you're healing from an injury, do not make this first blanket too high. You can always readjust after you lay down on it. So just grabbing a blanket or your towel, setting it up so it looks something like this. The higher it is or the tighter the roll, creating a higher lift is going to be more accentuated through that opening of the chest and the shoulders. So really just be mindful here of what's best for your body. So you're placing that behind you about the 1/3 line of the mat if you have a mat. So shoulder blade tips are going to land on this blanket. You'll put another support further behind that for your head. It might be a small pillow. Could be the blanket with or a towel with the end rolled. This space between these two is where your arms, your shoulders will go. And then either pillows or blankets for underneath the knees. Okay. So your buttocks is on the floor. Use your hands to bring yourself down. You might have to kind of calibrate as you're bringing yourself down. Shoulder blades, the tips are on that blanket, feeling the lift at the heart. Arms go in between the two blankets, shoulder blades, just the tips, lifting the heart space, relaxed on that first support you put down. Arms go into letter T or into cactus. Do not have the elbow on the blanket or the elbows up on the other blanket that's near your head. That actually defeats the purpose of this pose. You really want to have your arms in between these two blankets. Let the heels rest about 6 to 12 inches apart. Let the feet drop open. Make any other adjustments that you need to. So we'll be in this pose for a few minutes. I'm going to set up the bowls. You can put a blanket across your hips. You can put on your eye pillow. If you don't have an eye pillow, if you have just a little face cloth nearby or a tissue, all those things can be great substitutes. So set yourself up. And after I play the bowls for a little bit, you'll hear me announce that it's time for Shavasana. You can, if you wish, stay in this pose. It's fine, it's safe. Just know it's not the traditional Shavasana. For Shavasana, you can just lie flat on your back and move the props, maybe keeping support under the knees. If you need to lie on your side, you can do that as well. And when we get there. All right, so we're staying in this restorative pose. Any other adjustments that might be showing up, take them now. Side out. Feel yourself beginning to descend down into a space of quiet inside. Let your body just relax, feel that support beneath you. There's nothing else for you to do right now. Just be. Just be. Another side breath if you need it. wish to transition to traditional Shavasana or any other supportive, restorative, or restful pose, go ahead and transition into that now. If you wish to stay in the heart opener, you can stay there. Awareness returns to the breath and just remain still for a moment. Feel yourself breathing. Awareness returns to the body, wiggling toes and fingers, keeping the eyes closed, maybe rocking the head side to side. Full body stretch. And then you can do windshield wipers or hug the knees into the chest. And roll over to your comfortable side. When you feel ready, just take care to support your head with your bottom arm, blanket, or pillow. Take your time. Deepen the breath here. When you feel ready, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. The hands can rest in the lap or the palms together, Anjali Mudra. Deepen the breath even more. We'll close with one Om. Receive your breath. Bowing head to heart in honor of each other, ourselves, and this practice.